The first word I heard that came out of the submarine was, "Who can speak English?"
Kind of not on our side.
Okay, I'm Wayne Lee. I'm at Bonita Vista High School here, videotaping this. I'm a teacher, math and engineering. Also in the Navy, I am a supply officer. I'm active duty for a number of years. This is my 28th year in the Navy. I've risen to the rank of a commander. Very fortunate, very blessed, and I'm going to be ready to deploy to Djibouti here in about a month. So I was active for a number of years, and I'm a reservist now, but getting ready to be mobilized as a commander.
If you just did like the back part, he could get caught on like the little shoulder part, but his phone was kind of.
Definitely, when you first meet him, you're just gonna see a really nice man, you know, gentleman. Like, I just can't imagine what he really went through. My name's Kevin Lee. I am a student. I go to Grossmont College. I'm a son. My dad is Wayne Lee, and I work at Sam's Club. So that's about me.
I was born and raised in Vietnam. My mom, in 1981, thought it would be better for me to go to America. At that time, it was under communism, and she saw a better future for me and wanted me to take the journey, a very dangerous journey, in the South China Sea on a small fishing boat. I know it was difficult for her. She took me to a place up in close to Saigon, Vũng Tàu. That's where my journey began.
My grandma's a very nice lady. She, every time I bring my friends over, she'll always invite them to eat. And my girlfriend, when she comes, like, she really likes her too. She's just a very nice person. And childhood memories, I remember every time I would be at the park, and I always wanted like some ice cream or something. She would always buy me that. And she's been through a lot too. I don't know that much, but since I've been older, I've been talking to her more and whatnot, so I kind of know what she had to go through as well.
She paid a bit of money to put me on that boat with 80 some other people on that boat. So we left Vietnam in the middle of the night, and after two and a half days, and that's what my journey. We got out of the harbor. I know I was down in the, we were kind of like supposed to be not be noticed, so I was down in the cabin underneath where they cover us, you know, had very little, some space to breathe, but it was very difficult. You couldn't see anything. It was kind of like packed like sardine. I know the first night came, I was, you know, lying there. There wasn't much of food or anything. Everybody was tired.
First time I heard it was in 7th grade, and I actually wrote an essay about it. And it was funny because I just turned it in because the essay, like, it was the prompt, so I just turned it in. And my teacher actually read it, and she thought it was a really good story, so she asked him to come and speak about it. And that was actually the first time that I actually got to hear more into detail about it.
Well, the first and second day, I just felt like there wasn't, you know, I was kind of innocent, naive a little bit too. You know, I felt like maybe I could swim. I know it was a vast ocean, but at the same time, I was just thinking that it was maybe an island or something that I could swim to.
Classmates, after they're hearing that story, they're really surprised about what my background was, because we were all very young at the same time, so we kind of thought like we all came from the same background, so it gave them a kind of an insight of how different my parents were from theirs, and just like the different lifestyle that they had to live. Because growing up, we just came from, you know, a nice household, came to school, came home, had hot plates for us when we came home and stuff. So hearing about a struggle story, I'm pretty sure it opened up their eyes a lot.
In me, it wasn't that nervousness, but it was an excitement also inside me, knowing that I'm going to end up going to America. And that was just a dream, a place that I heard a lot about, and it's like a heaven type. So that was what I had in my mind, was taking that journey. I didn't really know the risk. Looking back, obviously I might have to reconsider that if as an adult now, so why I took that journey. But at that time, I felt, I was going to a better place. The first night came, I was, lying there. There wasn't much of food or anything. Everybody was tired, and I heard the food was kind of spoiled and wasn't able to get to that. So the whole 2 days on the boat, I know it was seeing the horizon and just thinking that you're going to get somewhere soon, but it just kept going and going. And luckily, the water was pretty smooth, so it wasn't too rough. But I could see that if anything could happen, we would not be able to do much. We were in the middle of the big ocean, and the boat could there could be there's a lot of dangerous things that could happen along the way. So.
Yeah, I'm Chester Dickerson. I was fire control technician on this Barbel when we picked up the Vietnamese refugees. I was on the periscope watching this happen after most of them were coming off of their ship onto the submarine. And looking around, I saw other fishing boats in the area. This was just right after sunup, and I got to looking closer at some of those boats, and they seemed to be leaving the area. And I saw what looked like rifle barrels sticking out from their gun rails, the rails on the side of the boats. It didn't look like part of the ship. It looked actually like the sight on the barrel for a rifle. That made me think that maybe it's a good thing that we picked up these people, because the pirates were around, knew they were there, and were ready to pounce when they got.
One thing I know for sure, pirates, and there was a common thing at that time. We have people, a lot of stories that we were told that people journey to Thailand, and that's where they get caught. I mean, the pirates would away them, and then there's a lot of bad things would happen. Women would get raped, and men would get beaten up. So a number of things like that. And we were trying to go to Thailand, to Singapore instead. So that was the journey we were taking, was towards Singapore to avoid that.
So you were saying that there were some pirates
Yes.
in the area.
Yes.
So we were in dangerous water already.
Yeah, you were in dangerous water.
Okay.
Yes. Since you're not the only boat that tried to do this. There's a lot of refugees trying to do the same thing. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of them that never made it was because of the pirates. Mm-hmm. There was pirates probably from Mindanao and probably from Thailand.
Right.
I think it's on the third night that we were spotted by the submarine, and it was an amazing story. I mean, we thought we were heading toward an island. We saw a light, so I know the pilot was trying to turn the boat, to go away from that light. But obviously, it kept going closer and closer, and then and finally it came out of the water, splashing out, and it was. I still have that vivid memory of that. And then eventually we saw that the flag, the American flag, that came up, and then there was one guy who was able to speak, English. He was a pilot from the South Vietnamese Army. And he was doing some translation, and I could tell that we were really, we were in good hands.
How many people? 85 people. How they all fit in the submarine? That was kind of on top of the submarine. Do you know what?
That was kind of crowded. It was even more crowded on your little boat. We had a hard time making sure that was going to not be lifting a drifting lane, so we had to sink it. Finally they put some high explosive in it and it sunk it. But We cooked meals, and the doctor was there. He took care of some of the people that needed help. It stuck out with me. There was a lot of people, and all those fishing boats that were around that were just like just waiting for the sun to come up. And when they saw us, they left. And they didn't speed off. They just kind of ripped it away.
We'll show you the video later, Bob.
So what do you think now, looking back? Anything that you have reflection to say how what you thought of that rescue?
It was interesting. It was a fluke that we saw you because it was really a dark night. We had been running periscope depth beside the surface because it was so dark. And started running on the surface, and one of the guys on the boat wanted to take a break up topside, and he had perfect vision. He'd been up topside maybe 5 minutes, and he saw the boat. And y'all didn't have any lights on. It was really dark. We don't know how he picked it up, but he said there was a boat there, and they got the spotlight up, and we saw you guys after the spotlight came on. So that was the interesting thing about it.
Wow. Thank you very much. So appreciate that.